All
right, game
Get
one
our
probably
primal
going to
instincts out
Town
there.
City. Yep, there it is. That is going to be the starter of choice. Azreal versus Space. Another one of those Dutch classics. We always see this happen in top 8. And this is losers finals.
And Space
Losers
is
finals.
really going at it right out of the gate. If Azreal wants this last chance to be successful, he's going to have to change something up. I don't know what's going on here. Hasn't been able to touch him.
It's
Finally
fine.
gets his hands on him.
He has his limit. It's a different game now. He has to get a single hit going, and one combo will put this back to even easily. Space, however, intercepting the double jump and some poor DI by Azreal, trying to drift with that down air. And actually, due to that, getting caught with his pants down.
Yeah, of course, he does love that down air. But Corrin is one of the few matches where you actually have to really be careful with it.
It's kind of iffy because usually Cloud is heavy enough to just down air until Corrin makes a minor mistake and gets hit. Because while Corrin does technically beat down air, it's very finicky. There's a lot of specific hitboxes that actually beat Corrin's up air. So it's not that clear cut. And Cloud is heavy enough. He abuses rage well. So what Azreal usually does is he kind of accepts the fact that he's going to get up aired a few times, and eventually he will land. Eventually, Corrin will mess up that pretty tight window.
Oh, and he is reaching, man. He's looking for some hard reads. I don't know. I think maybe he's getting a little bit desperate for this kill. Like, I'm seeing these out-of-cancel down airs that are clearly supposed to lead up to an up air. I see him use these smash attacks.
He actually should have killed him there, but not quite.
Dash attack totally would have done it. But now he has his limit. Let's see if he lets it rip. No, an up air is gonna be enough.
Very hard for
Corrin.
Yeah, very hard for Corrin to land. And Space did not move towards the platform there.
Oh no.
Oh, the moving platform actually extended that combo just a little bit. Not quite enough though. Nice spacing by Space. Getting that up air, beating the down air. However, nice combo, and that is it. That is it.
And a mini pop-off right in the middle of the set. Soner, yes, he takes it back.
See, that's the thing, all right? So, like,
with a footstool combo of Cloud. I didn't even know they did that.
Corrin destroys Cloud's disadvantage, but all of Corrin's moves pretty much send upwards.
Yeah.
So Cloud takes the 9% because Corrin's up air fresh does 9%, and it will keep getting less and less, right? So he takes a 9, he takes the 8, he takes the 8, he takes a 7. And then eventually he's at like 90%, then he lands, he has limit, and then he got one hit. So now Corrin is in disadvantage. And then Cloud gets one up air, that's 12%. He gets another 12, he gets a single combo, and now he has to lead on you, and he has limit.
Sounds hella stressful.
It is rough. You need to get those early kills. You need to not just juggle Cloud, you need to kill Cloud. Just like that. Get those back air.
Yeah.
Push him off stage.
No jump, but the limit comes in to rob Space of his edge guard.
And that is the issue with Corrin. She doesn't really push people off stage at lower percent. That's not an issue with Corrin, but it is an issue when you play versus Cloud, right?
Yeah. Because you know he's going to get the cheese on you, so you might as well get some cheese on him.
Poor DI, and that's one of Azreal's bad habits. He DI's in, thinking he can live because, you know, Corrin, she does have kill power, but on Town City, she has a lot of kill power. And then you DI in, trying to make sure you don't get pushed off stage, and just like that.
Oh, nice spike by Azreal. He's just, you know, he's getting kind of slapped in neutral, but then he does these big plays that get him some real
It's
stocks.
not even neutral, it's even his advantage. It's just he eventually lands, and then Cloud has so much more room for error than Corrin does. Like, honestly, it sounds like I'm complaining, but this is really a rough matchup for Corrin because Cloud is basically a better Corrin.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. The main way that Corrin really makes this matchup work is with those juggles and is with that offstage punishing with the side B. However, due to Cloud's airspeed, he can oftentimes go high and then, like Azreal does, throw out hitboxes, throw out movement mix-ups until he eventually makes it back, and then do something like that if he actually didn't mess that up.
Okay, so now his limit is gone. And they're both
dead.
Okay, yeah. So he really tried to go up there and get it. But what do you do when the limit is gone here at high percent? Do you still want to try to charge that up?
For Cloud, for sure. Like, if Cloud has no limit, Corrin wins the matchup. I think Corrin wins versus limited Clouds.
So it would be worth putting yourself in the corner, you know, giving up control to get some more charge.
Because when Cloud does have that charge, he's pretty free to cross Corrin up if he plays it smart. He can do stuff like run up Nair and just kind of crush you up. That beats a lot of buttons. It's really rough for Corrin to punish because their side B goes low and Cloud gets an extra little drift and it just barely whiffs Cloud's landing. But yeah, Azreal just getting a little bit too greedy at the end there. He had the juggle going on. He was ready to make the comeback. However, the thing that Space did...
Oh, he had another spike.
Oh, okay.
Jeebus.
Tell him how you feel, Azreal.
Well, looking at this kind of gameplay from Azreal, I feel like he's gonna be real scary in Ultimate, you know, because of course defensive options are a lot weaker. Can't really dodge as much, and this is a guy who really goes out there to get you.
Yep. But I'm really curious to see Azreal needs to get that limit back, mixing up the up B, not doing the second one. And as you can see, Corrin did get the punish, but it just doesn't lead into anything scary for Cloud unless he messes up his DI on that up air, gets caught up high, and Azreal generally doesn't. Up air is going to be hard to punish for
He's
Corrin.
so slippery with that limit speed. Look
And as you can see, once he gets that speed, it just becomes an entirely different game for Corrin because she just cannot keep up. And it becomes a guessing game for Corrin where she needs to predict the way Cloud approaches. And basically every time she guesses wrong...
Oh, yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Every time she guesses wrong, she either dies, gets comboed, or loses stage control. And the most ideal of those is losing stage control. But then you're slow, and the only way you can really gain your stage control back is by rolling past Cloud. But Azreal is so used to Corrin's rolling. I saw Space
Not just
roll
Corrin,
once.
he does it to everybody.
I mean, yeah, but it's specifically versus Corrin because Corrin has to in this matchup. Corrin doesn't have the speed to weave around Cloud's hitboxes, both in startup and in like actual movement speed. So she has to roll.
Oh, and again, we're starting with the juggles as Azreal got to grab and hit the up throw. It's going to be big in Ultimate too, you know, just to get people above you.
Yep. And look at that. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not, like, getting super hyped. I've been hit by Azreal's finishing
You've
bullshit.
been hurt before.
I mean, it's not even hurting at this point. I just laugh at it because it's Smash 4.
Oh, stretcher? No,
I think it's way more interesting why Azreal, to analyze why Azreal does what he does, though. Because while it looks like he's kind of going ham, he has a lot of reasons for the things he does. And it's a lot more intelligent than you think it is. Like, it looks like he's just jumping. He's just double jumping to center stage, right? But Corrin has to hard commit to beat that because she doesn't have the speed to beat that. And if you hard commit to that and he doesn't do it, he gets all control back. And even if you hard commit to it, you still have to make that very specific spacing and timing work. Look at that. He messed up the spacing and timing on the down air. He died for it. He died for it. That's the risk reward we're looking at. If he hit that up air, it wouldn't even have killed, even on Final Destination, because Cloud is that heavy.
That's how it is, man. This match is like, I feel like whenever any one of them gets the other in disadvantage, it lasts for ages.
Yep, that's definitely the name of the game in this matchup. However, Cloud, when he has limit, definitely has the best time in this advantage. However, the second, that was, it is back to even here. Space did get that up air. A little bit iffy DI by Azreal. I think he might have lived that if he DI'd well, but we may never know. And look at this Space. A lot of momentum going here. Gets interrupted. And that's one of those things. He tried to predict the way Azreal would approach him, but Azreal mixed up his approaches, going for that low up air, actually beating out the back air, that huge back air. Beating it out with that up air, coming from below, getting a lot of damage. And that's
that's
damage
thing,
that Corrin only gets if she gets these juggles going.
Like, yeah, disadvantage is kind of terrible, and you're hella slow, but at least you're one of the few characters that can actually kind of go toe-to-toe with the hitbox.
In terms of range, Corrin is definitely, and that's why Corrin wins when Cloud doesn't have that limit. However, Cloud will always have that limit because Corrin, like I mentioned, she doesn't push Cloud off stage.
So that was actually a pretty...
Oh! What?
Okay, I guess he just knew.
Nani?
But the way he just jumped off stage, you know, and had to use limit to recover, that actually wasn't a very wise play then.
That was very, very ill-advised.